Thursday morning, post PT, as you can see, no sweat. We ended up getting like a random drug test for the entire company, so we didn't do PT this morning. I've been eating the same thing for breakfast Monday through Friday for like the last 3 years. Overnight oats. Finally switching it up, breakfast tacos. So I made 4 breakfast tacos, just wrapped them in tin foil last night, and I'm going to eat them cold and then dip them in a massive amount of sauce that I picked up at HEB. So in these, I used a whole wheat corn mixed tortilla, picked up at Walmart, and then I put on the stove 1 cup of egg whites, 1 whole egg, 4 slices of Jones's Canadian bacon, threw them in the tortillas, and then I used 1 serving of cheese for the 4. And then you just put them in tin foil and they like mold overnight. It turns out really well. So I literally just brought like the whole thing of salsa, put it in Tupperware. I'm just gonna dip the burrito or the taco in there, plus 1 banana. So I was planning on eating lunch at work today, but I had to run home for lunch to pick up something to take back to work. This was lunch. This is still going to be lunch, but now I'm going to heat it up on the stove. So this is a 1/2 cup of black beans, a 1/2 cup of pinto beans, 6 ounces of grilled chicken breast, 1 cup of white rice, 2 servings of crushed tomatoes, cumin, and chili powder. Very dense, very macronutrient dense, and it's going to be a lot better heated up. So a few videos back when I went to IKEA, those are the picture frames and the pictures I hung up. The biggest tip that has saved my life are these things right here. And hanging pictures, hanging anything on the wall, they make it so easy. I think they're called monkey hooks. So like you find it where there's not a stud, where it's empty. You shove this thing right in the wall. It goes in, holds a picture on this hook right here, and it can hold like between 30 and 80 pounds depending on which ones you get. Find these, they're in Walmart. So lunch is this massive plate of food, which probably weighs like 4 pounds. 1 peanut butter sandwich, just 2 slices of bread, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then a bag of these Quaker popped cheddar crisps. These are gonna go on this rice and bean and chicken stuff. So the macros on these are pretty good. 3 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein. I have tried the cheddar, I have tried the sour cream and onion, and I've tried the barbecue. They're all really good. I think the barbecue is my favorite, but they're just a really convenient snack. It tastes like chips, like identical to chips. All right, guys, so meal 3, this is my pre-workout meal. This is just a protein sludge with a scoop and a half of the Dymatize chocolate protein, and then 1 serving of PB Fit. It's like similar to PB2, similar macros, but this is the cheapest one I have found. It was like $6 for 30 servings. And then 1 minute muffin by Kodiak. What I do with this is I add an egg and a little bit of water. The egg is optional, but it makes it a lot fluffier and it cooks more even. And then 1 apple. My favorite Fort Hood policy is that on Thursdays we get off at 3. And it happens like, I'd say 50% of the time. You know, there's just stuff going on that we can't leave work early. But just leaving 2 hours early makes the biggest difference. I mean, it feels like you have half a day off. So what I do, it's considered family day. I mean, you're supposed to go home, spend it with your family. But that's my family right there. So on Thursdays, try to bring the dog to the lake for a little bit, burn up some energy. And it's like 75 degrees right now. It's absolutely beautiful outside. All right, about to head to the gym, taking 1 scoop of Flight. But what I wanted to talk about, I just inhaled pre-workout. What I want to talk about, so you'll see a lot of people post like pictures on Instagram and then like a quote or something inspirational underneath. It's a technique, but I think it doesn't reach the masses in a very effective way. I mean, the meaning is very solid behind it. But like the best way, and this is coming from personal experience, the best way I'm like inspired or motivated is by a story, someone's like personal experiences, or something that I can listen to and subconsciously learn the meaning from. So I have one for you guys. This one is on failure. Yeah, you're probably like, everyone talks about failure. It's like saturated. The inspirational, motivational pieces are completely saturated in the market. But check it out. So in Ranger School, I recycled 2 phases. So I failed 2 phases. If you fail a phase, you recycle it, you go back into it, you pick up with the next class, and you have to do it again. You can only fail each phase once for the same thing though. So if I would have failed it again, I would have been kicked out of Ranger School, done. That's it, no Ranger tab. I failed once. I worked even harder, so I didn't fail again, so I passed. Yeah, we all know, failure pushes you to go harder. But check this out. Failure builds leadership. And this is where the story comes in. So the people that recycled the phase and the new cycle comes in, the failures, the people that were recycling that phase were the new leaders. They stepped up to the plate, and the new guys came in, they were like, all right, we're going to run it this way, we're going to do the missions this way, all of this stuff. They put it on the table. The failures came in, the recycles, and they said, no, check it out. I'm going to lead this platoon. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we're going to do it. And this is my reasoning. The people that failed had the experience to tell the new guys how to do it. Even though the new guys, they had all the classes, they had the same doctrine-based knowledge that everyone else had. But the people that failed before were more knowledgeable based off of their failures. So what I'm trying to say is failure not only builds experience and knowledge, but it can build really good leaders as well. So kind of just like something to consider. All right, guys, so today's a chest and back workout. Let's talk frequency for a little bit. So a lot of people, when they look at frequency, they don't know where to start. You have the typical, like the bro split where you hit one body part a week, and then you can transition into like a push-pull legs off where you're hitting everything twice a week. And I'm kind of doing a mixture of the two right now. So I'm hitting chest twice a week, back twice a week, legs twice a week, arms twice a week, and then shoulders once a week on my off days, or I just fit it in to where I auto-regulate workouts. So what I'm doing now is what I'm really liking is I have one day where I hit chest, I have one day where I hit back, and then I have a day in between where I hit chest and back. But I only have one day in between my chest workout and my chest and back workout, and then one day in between my chest and back workout and my strictly back workout. So the frequency is higher, and I'm going into that workout a little sore, which is okay, but my intensity and my volume on my chest and back day, it's like an isolation day, is lower. This has always been one of my favorite back exercises for one of a few reasons. The first is because you can really control the movement. The angle and the momentum, the way it swings, it's almost like an arm, puts a lot of focus and a lot of tension on the entire lat, the top of the lat and the lower lat coming down into your lower back. It's an exercise that I've always incorporated into my back workout ever since I started working out. The way I like to do it is I'll do 3 sets of a very controlled weight, something I can get between 10 and 15 reps, taking the reps really slow, getting a really good stretch. The one thing you can do with this exercise in this machine is get a really good stretch at the top and then a good contraction at the bottom of the movement. And then after those 3 sets, I'll increase the weight to something I can do maybe 6 to 8 reps, but it's something I can throw some weight around with, maintaining form, because that arm, that bar, kind of locks you in. So Chick-fil-A is right next to my gym. So occasionally when I'm like out of protein, I have a little bit of chicken left over still, but I'm using that for tomorrow for lunch. So I stopped and just got 2 grilled chicken sandwiches. It was about $9 for 2 sandwiches. Not the most cost-effective option, but for convenience, it was there. So I have 2 of these sandwiches. I have 1 apple, a salad with some Bolthouse Ranch, 100 grams of avocado, and some Parmesan cheese, and then 1 serving of Raisin Bran Crunch with a little bit of almond milk. Things I've been doing in 2016 that I'm going to sustain is choosing food options that are quote-unquote healthier or more vitamin, mineral dense. I just feel better, especially during this bulk. And it's something that not only mentally makes me feel better, but physically as well. I'm still a flexible dieter. I still fit in ice cream and pizza and all that fun stuff. But just as of lately, I've been choosing, I want to say, smarter options. And when I have it available, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, today's total macros, 260 grams of protein, 491 grams of carbs, and 88 grams of fat. Within 10 grams of each macronutrient, I had 79 grams of fiber, and my stomach is feeling it right now. I'm not going to lie. So, all right, guys, that wraps it up. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you in the next video.